So how often are you doing your workout routine here at Station 2?
Definitely try to get out here every single shift. Sometimes, call volume or whatever will dictate that. But you can always at least fit in, even if it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, you can get a little workout in. Between jogging around the station, we got a couple little weights we do. I was telling the guys, the lower the weight, the more reps you got to do. So they like that. Those little 15s will work you out to pump them up 30, 40 times, And if we do farmer carries with these jugs, which they're about 60 pounds a piece. So a little back and forth with that, the pull-up bar, and it turns out to be a pretty good workout for them. It's not really about motivation. It's about discipline, just making sure to do it every day, which I've struggled with for years. So now I just put it on the calendar, and just like eating breakfast, lunch, it's just part of the day.
So we received a call today at Walmart for an unconscious patient. Upon arrival, we found the patient in the driver's seat of the car, slumped over. She was breathing and did have a pulse. We were able to manage her airway until the rescue got on scene and was able to transport her to the hospital. My name is Dalton Sloan. I'm a lieutenant on C shift, and I've been with the department for a little over 6 years.
Fire service, law enforcement. What leans you more to fire service versus law enforcement?
I think just more of like the being with a crew, like a set crew. You're working with people all the time versus just being by yourself in a car. I kind of like that. The camaraderie aspect of it is why I kind of chose it instead of being a law enforcement officer.
What's one of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome since getting into the fire service?
Probably just getting used to all the different aspects of the job, because you do so many different things with medical versus fire, and just a lot to learn. Starting out is like a lot. That was probably the most challenging aspects, is the first couple of years, just trying to figure out all the different aspects and different calls we run and getting used to that.
So you work 10 days a month, typically, unless you're pulling extra shifts.
Right.
What do you do with all the extra time?
Right now I don't have a second job, so most of the time just outside hobbies, hang out with friends and family, my girlfriend, wakeboarding, like anything on the water is what I love to do. So any type of water sports or paddle board, anything on the water basically.
So you've run a lot of calls doing this job for 6 years now.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the call itself, but what's one of the weirder things that's ever happened to you on a call? Just like didn't expect that to happen.
Similar thing, but a little bit worse. There's a place we run all the time. And there was an older lady in there, and like the psych unit that used to come up to me and call me Jamie and try to get me back to her room. So that was definitely an awkward situation. Every time we run the call, the guys would be like, "Dude, here we go again," and it would happen every single time, dude.
How did you get out of it?
I just walked away. I didn't really. There's not much I could do, dude. So
you're just screaming, "Jamie!"
Yeah, exactly, just like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They didn't put that in the brochure, do they?
No, did not prepare me for that. So, yeah.
No class for that in fire school.
Absolutely not. Did not know what I was getting myself into on that one. So, yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah, she just stepped out of the vehicle and her foot got caught underneath the tire and she twisted her ankle.
Okay.
Her foot didn't get run over or nothing. So
Her own vehicle?
I believe, yeah, I think it's their vehicle. Yeah, she was just getting out of the back seat, I assume, and her foot got caught underneath the tire and twisted her ankle.
My name's Garret Stafford. I've currently been with Haines City for 2.5 years. I'm a driver engineer here at Station 2 on Engine 2.
How long have you been in firefighting?
This is going to be cumulatively my 17th year in the fire service. You know, my first firefighting job was actually here at Haines City, so I've kind of come full circle. That was back in 2006. I worked here for a number of years as a firefighter, and then I moved on to the city of Lakeland, and I was at Lakeland for almost 10 years. After that, I did a year over at Orange County, and then I came back here as a driver.
So with the 24 on, 48 off, what do you do with the rest of your time?
I work for another company that does some similar work. We do private confined space rescue and high technical rescue for industrial services such as mosaic, acid plants, anything to do with that kind of industry. I put in a lot of hours doing that. I also have a 12-year-old son. He's into soccer, so we're back and forth to soccer games constantly on the weekends, especially.
So how does your family feel about you being in the fire service?
I have one younger sibling, Brittany, and my mom and dad are still married. They've been married for 45 years. And they're all very proud of me for being a part of the fire service for so many years. My dad is especially always telling people, you know, oh, my son's a fireman. You know, it's like, Dad, you know, no one. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but to my dad, he's been working on cars and beating on cars his whole life. My dad didn't have these kind of opportunities when he was growing up to be part of the fire service, so he's living kind of through me through this, and he's proud.
Is there anything that you would like to share that we haven't talked about yet?
You know, these guys go through a lot here. It's more than just running calls, and the busyness, the call volume that Haines City is under right now. One of my aspects that I like to bring to the table is to communicate with everyone, and I think mental health is a huge thing that's been close to me in the fire service, and just to help people out and to remind them some of the resources that we have, which is nationwide. A lot of guys are a struggle with certain aspects of the job, and so I like to recognize that in people and maybe lead them in the right direction. Being a part of the peer support group in another department that I worked for years has given me some tools to know how to navigate some of the mental health problems that young firefighters, as well as the veteran guys that have been here for years and in other departments. And I just wanted to open the door up to say, if anyone here ever wants to talk about anything at all, you know, I'm free to be reached on my cell phone, call me at home, come by the station, we can talk. I enjoy talking about that, and I enjoy helping people with that aspect.
Is anybody here? Nobody's there.
I tried waking him. He just had his eyes closed, screaming and swinging. Okay. So, like I said, I think he's coming down on something.
All right, I'm gonna put this on your finger, okay?
I don't think he's gonna notice.
Oh my God, he's cold to the touch.
He was sweating like crazy. Just like...
No, but nobody with him at all?
No. I think he's a homeless guy. He does this quite a bit, so...
Okay.
He does that at Dollar Tree, too. He comes over here.
Okay. I just want to see if he's responsive. Can you hear me? Gabriel?
Hey, Gabriel.
Gabriel, can you hear me?
No.
Hey, Gabriel. How are you feeling? Can you talk to me? What are you feeling right now? Do you know if you're a diabetic? I'm also just gonna check his blood sugar since it's freezing cold. He said he was sweating.
Yeah, he was.
That's
He
just-
was up on the shoulder and on his face. There's a lot of perspiration still dripping down.
He's breathing, he's responsive. So I'm gonna go ahead and just check his glucose just to make sure, rule something out. And then I'll go ahead and get a BP on him.
Hey, can you wake up for her? What's your name, man? What?
Do you know where you are right now? Can you tell me where you are?
What's your name, man?
Can you tell me what year it is?
Hey, can you wake up for her?
Do you have time to gun? I think this was his hat. I'm gonna go up a little bit. Let me know what else you need. My name is Letty Gonzalez. I'm a firefighter EMT, and I've been at Haines City for about a year and a half now, give or take.
What got you into firefighting?
We were at a gun shop, and there was a poster up looking for volunteers for that county, and we just started attending meetings. And the chief looks over at me and goes, they're putting people to fire school. You should go. And I kind of just like shrugged it, laughed it off, and goes, me in fire school? And so I actually ended up applying. And I went through fire school, and I kind of enjoyed it. It showed me what I could do, and I love the fact of helping people as well. So that was also a bonus for me as well.
Do you prefer medical or fire calls?
I kind of like them both equally. With medical calls, you know, it could go either way. I mean, there's room for interpretation as to what could be going on with the patient. With fire calls, I mean, it's the same thing. It could go either way, depending on situation, scenario.
Yeah, I think with fire, in a lot of situations, at least that I've run, there may not be anyone in there, right? Whereas with medical, you're like up close, it's personal, we're talking to this person, so
Yeah.
that's a big difference.
And we got to dig, we got to ask questions. Like, there's so much more to it. And we're trying to, you know, we're trying to build a puzzle, and we're trying to figure out all those little pieces that go together. While we're interviewing this patient, we're trying to put everything together, trying to figure out what's going on, what could possibly be going on with this person. Why are they acting this way, or why are they doing this?
And then with fires, you're kind of doing this a whole different thing, right?
Yeah, that's a whole different ballpark, because there's so many other different factors that could be contributing to that situation that we have to put together.
So tones go out, pager's going off, you've got a call. What's going through your head as you're getting ready, getting your gear on, getting into the truck?
Okay. So before, I used to get a little flustered. I would get flustered. You know, you feel, you know, the adrenaline kicking, and you know, you just want to, like, you know, get there and see what's going on. And if it's a fire, you want to, you know, like in the movies, kick down the door, you know, and do that kind of stuff. But the best thing that one can do is remain calm. Just don't think of anything. Yeah, you can think of different scenarios and stuff like that in your head that could possibly be going on. But the best thing to do is have an open mind. Have an open mind and be completely attached to nothing. And I feel like that kind of helps a little bit.
How do your kids feel about you being in the fire service?
I think they like it. They've come to the station a couple of times and been in the fire truck, and they've come to the events as well. So I'm glad that they get to see, you know, what their mom does, and now they're going to see it. Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that being a mother gives you a distinct advantage doing this job?
I've been a mom now for 17 years. So raising 4 girls, so that had presented its own set of challenges as well. And I feel like maybe it's helped me as far as medical wise as well. Helped me open my eyes, be more, vigilant when it comes to the kids.
How would you feel if any of your daughters decided to join the fire service?
I'm a very supportive mom for my girls, so I definitely would support them if this is something that they wanted to do.
What advice would you give them?
Don't worry about what anybody else has to say. If you feel it in your gut that this is something that you want and you want to pursue it, I am right there next to you. What you need, I'm there.